What's up, spooky people? It's time for another episode of the Spooky Corner. And today, we're going to be reading some scary ghost stories from Reddit. You can find a whole bunch of interesting things to read on Reddit. I mean, you got people on there asking for advice on crazy stuff, current events, memes, whatever you want. But what I really like to look at are people's ghost stories. I like to read people's ghost stories, but today I'm not going to be reading them alone in my boxers with a jar of peanut butter next to me. No, we're going to be reading them together. Some of these may be scary, some of these may not be as scary, but I think they're all pretty fun and spooky. So without further ado, sit back, relax, and let's get reading. Starting off with this post titled, "Have any of you had an imaginary friend as a child?" I used to have what my parents called an imaginary friend when I was around 4 or 5 years old. I have very vague memories of staying up on a night talking for hours with a man named John. I can never remember his face though. I remember his clothes being like wedding attire with a top hat. And only when I got older and stopped seeing him, I found out that the previous tenant's name who lived in our house was called John. Apparently, according to neighbors, he died in the house. I've always wondered if I was actually talking with a ghost. Most likely you were, because I mean, you could say that he was talking to an imaginary friend, or he was just dreaming or imagining it, but I mean, the neighbors told him that the guy's name was John, and the name he had for his imaginary friend was John. I mean, it doesn't get any simpler than that. He was talking to a ghost. I don't know if this is really as creepy as it is cool. I mean, it is creepy that he was talking to a little kid all night long, but I think it's kind of cool, you know. I think he didn't hurt the kid. They were having some fun, and then eventually, as he got older, he stopped seeing him. So there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's pretty nice. Next, we got a post titled, "Did a ghost spill coffee all over my desk?" Alright. Hello. This happened just yesterday. I was sitting at my computer after doing some housework. I got a coffee and placed it at the top left of my desk, as I hate having it in front of me when I play games/type. So, as I was opening up Photoshop, I noticed something in the corner of my eye. The spoon in my coffee moved around the rim of the cup, facing towards the direction it was falling. It would have had to be held a couple of seconds for the spoon to move around, which is creepy as hell. Yeah, whatever it was wanted me to look at it. Just as I noticed what was happening, I tried to stop the coffee from falling over, but I was too late and it went everywhere. Nearly went onto my computer just below my desk. Thank God it didn't. I was way too caught up in the fact that coffee spilled all over my partner's phone and went all over my cables to actually piece together what I just saw. The mug was heavy, and along with the coffee inside, there's no way nothing would have been able to lift it. I have heard this computer in the dining room have its keys clicked twice. Last night and a few months back. But now I'm thinking there's something in this house. Not again. Well, I would assume there is something in that house, and that ghost is a real dick. That was a real dick move to do, to spill the lady's coffee all over her desk. Wow. But I do have a short-term solution to this problem. I mean, the long-term solution would obviously be to get rid of the ghost, but just in case, I don't know, you can't, I do have something else in mind to help this person out. So what you're gonna wanna do is, you're gonna get one of these hats here with some coffee on the sides. Now, mugs will not fit in this. It's alright, you just get plastic cups. Now the ghost cannot spill your coffee because it is on your head. You have a straw here, you suck it through the straw like so. You're all good. Nothing can happen. I mean, unless it slaps it off your head. But you got the straw in your mouth, you do some typing, and you tell the ghost, "Try me now, bitch." Alright, now we have one called, "Should I investigate my work?" To start off with, I work in a Legion, which is where vets and currently serving members can come and drink and hang out while trading stories. We have a museum in the basement of our building with a collection of military artifacts that belong to deceased soldiers and were donated to us by their families. Myself and my coworkers have all had multiple experiences, and it gets more active around Remembrance Day. But from what I understand, I have had more experiences than anyone else, and more experience from my past ghost huntings in general. I always tell people not to investigate the places they work or live, and to ignore any weird occurrences because it could make it worse, and possibly result in an attachment. But I have become more curious since I started there, and have seen someone who started out as a skeptic on their first day admit to believing just before quitting. I have heard stall doors slamming, a woman screaming. Well, if you hear a stall door slamming and a woman scream at the same time, you should definitely check that out. There might be something fishy going on there. Disembodied footsteps and voices. I have felt cold spots, experienced massive mood swings, seen shadowy apparitions, opened after closing to find the bar light that I know I turned off to be on, etc. If I do this, then any evidence I get will be shared on here. I have permission from my employer to let a couple of trusted friends and I do an investigation and do a lockdown after hours. Now that is a cool boss. If I get enough people wanting me to do this, then I will. But I want to make sure it's worth it. Oh, it is worth it. Do it. Do it. Everybody, do it. Do it. I would love to work in a haunted place for the simple fact that, like, I want to see some stuff, but I don't want it in my house. You know, like, I want to go to work, see some cool spooky stuff, maybe hang out there after hours like this person is about to, and then go home and just brush it off and not be haunted in my own home. Next up, we have one called Good Morning Ghost. That sounds pretty nice. A little backstory to this. My fiance has told me several times that she'll wake up feeling like something is holding her down. She can't move or speak. Also, my TV keeps turning on. I can turn it off over and over, only for it to come back on. I chalk this up to faulty electronics and night terrors. Yeah. Okay, we'll see about that. This morning, I wake up for work at 4 a.m. Luckily, I'm not one to peel myself out of bed. I'm wide awake when the alarm goes off. I get out of bed and leave the lights off so as not to wake the lady as the norm. On the way to the bathroom, I heard a whisper, "You stay right here." I thought, okay, she's talking in her sleep. I get dressed, head to the living room, and she's in the living room. Oh, plot twist. Bet you didn't see that one coming. Woo! Oh man, what? Can you imagine the look on this guy's face when he sees his wife in the living room? She hasn't gone to sleep yet. I don't want to tell her because I'm sure it'll scare her. Of course, she's already getting held down at night. She can't move. I don't know what's up with this ghost. I mean, maybe this is a female ghost trying to get in between the marriage. She's telling the guy to stay there. I don't know. Maybe she's trying to break it up, trying to be a home wrecker. What a way to start the morning, huh? This one's a little crazy, so get ready for this. This is long, and I'm sorry. So this has been happening for a while now. I always believed in shit like this, but I had personally never experienced anything before. One day, I went to my friend's house, and her mom, who honestly we all thought was crazy, so I brushed off what she said at first, looked at me and said that something was coming and I needed to stay safe and say the Lord's Prayer before I slept every night. I say it every night. Thank you. I keep all that away. I didn't believe her at first because she's kind of the town's nut. Wait, nice way to talk about your friend's mom. But that night, weird shit started happening. I kind of brushed everything off because I thought I was just spooking myself out. At first, it was small shit, like my doors to my room and closet would open by themselves. That's not really small. And slam shut. But I ignored it. Then I started feeling an energy, and stupidly used a Ouija board. Why would you do that? Why? Really? You asked for it, basically. I know, bad choice. Apparently, I had made contact with a little girl that took a liking to me. Oh, that's nice. Her name is Julia. After that, I would wake up at 3:12 every night and hear my name being called, and eventually I saw the girl. She woke me up standing at my door, then made her way to the end of my bed. I didn't say anything. I just stayed still. She looked scared and then ran away. I don't know if I should try talking to her or not. I don't know if she is a positive or negative spirit. Best to not even find out. I keep hearing things, but had not seen her for a while. I would feel her energy, but no other contact until the other day. I was in the bath. The bathroom is where I used a board. Why would you do that? That's weird. That's like, out of all the places to use the Ouija board in the bathroom, maybe she was hiding from her mom. And my eyes shut. Then I heard my name being called. And as I opened my eyes, I saw her leaning over the tub. But this time, looking angry, but calm. I shot up and she was gone. The last major thing that happened with her happened about a week ago. I was in the shower and something started knocking on the glass of the shower. It was as if something was running in a circle and banging their hand on the glass as they ran. I got out and sat on the floor, kind of spooked, but again, I brushed it off. How do you even brush that off? What possible explanation can you already saw the girl? What are you brushing? As I was sitting down, I had my head in my lap, and as I did, I felt a hand on my back and a whisper in my ear saying, "It'll be okay." Oh my God. I keep seeing her at the end of my hallway and in the early hours of the morning. What do I do? I'll tell you what you did wrong, and that is play with the Ouija board, try and talk to the damn girl. What you need to do is you need to tell the little girl to leave. You need to say the Lord's Prayer, throw some holy water all over the place, burn the Ouija board, and forget about it. I will say this is very far-fetched. I don't know if I really buy this whole story, but it was very entertaining. And if it was real, then wow. Wow. I like this one. Is it a spirit? So, I was recently doing my homework in our living room alone. Then, I suddenly felt that I'm being watched or something. So I took a look everywhere. Then I saw a white figure in the reflection of the TV, since it's off. Then after like 3 to 7 seconds of staring, the figure suddenly moved. Then I felt so cold, like it started at the sides of my body until the coldness went to the middle. And I stayed for like 5 seconds and ran all the way up to my room. I even spammed my friend about it. Is it a spirit? Most likely it is if you're seeing stuff in the TV and you're getting cold chills. I mean, you could be getting chills just because you saw something and you were afraid. But I would take any excuse not to do homework. So this would be great. I wouldn't have done my homework after this. And if I were you, I'd just go to school and give the teacher the good old couldn't do the homework because of the ghost in the living room excuse. That one is that's a classic. That one always works. And finally, we have my ghost experience. This is a pretty short one, and I think you'll enjoy it. I heard about this thing that if you say Biggie Smalls 3 times into a mirror, he will actually appear. I tried this and it didn't work. However, the same night, every light in my house turned off and I couldn't turn it back on until the next morning. Do you think that Biggie Smalls was actually there and got revenge because I actually did summon him? I don't know, maybe. This is obviously a joke, obviously. You can't summon Biggie Smalls through the mirror. I mean, maybe you can. I've never tried it, honestly. But if it is true, then you gotta let Diddy know so he can put a big ass mirror in the studio, hook a mic up, and they could just be making some more hits, you know? I think that was a good one to end with. So let me know 6 feet deep below in the comment section which one of these was your favorite and why. Did you believe these? Some of these were obviously not very believable, like the one about Biggie Smalls. and then what about the little girl? But I think a few of these, most of these were, you know, you can believe them. You know, I enjoyed reading them. I enjoyed reading them to you. So let me know which one was your favorite and if you would like me to read you some more. Now, that's all the time I got today for the Spooky Corner. So make sure that you like this video, make sure you subscribe, and of course, come back next time for some more spooky stuff. Oh shit. Oh, I spilled coffee all over the floor. And hey, if you want one of these hats, then let me know, because these are on sale now for $69.99. Don't go on Amazon and buy a regular one. It's not gonna work. Those are just cheap crap. This is very high quality material here, and it is blessed by the biggest and blessed, it is blessed by the Pope. It's blessed by the Pope, okay? It's very stylish, and it'll keep your beverages safe from any paranormal activity while you work, while you maybe even go on a ghost hunt. So hit me up and let me know if you want one of these, because I'll sell it to you. It's great.